Yeah, so I figured, I don't know what else to play right now, so I figured we'll do a little bit of spookies, and we can talk about what else you want to see tonight for a third game while we do that. So this will be like the buffer between the two, because I have a few things that I had in mind, but I can't decide. Anyway, last time we played Endless Mode, the game soft locked us, which is really cool. So we're just gonna restart, this time without the gun, right? Let's just grab the axe. So unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna have to start over. We just want to make it to room 1000. Wow. Okay, we're actually we're starting in this one. That's a pretty interesting start to the mansion. See, the game is so much quieter when you're not on the menu. Anyway, let me crack open another drink. We keep the spooky momentum going and continue with Alice. We could do that. The past 2 times I played Alice, things have gone wrong, so call me a little apprehensive, but I could play Alice. I'll maybe play this for like about an hour and a half, I'm thinking, and switch over to a different game. I was thinking either Alice, Dead Space, Cult of the Lamb, something like that, or I could do World of Horror for like shits and giggies. Sky's the limit. I think there was something. Oh, I could also play Fear, which isn't really exactly spooky. At least time you'll have a chat member. That is true. Things, I don't know. Alice takes a weird turn when I don't have a chat. Lonely Tato is apparently not a good mix with Alice. Things get a little dark. God, it is like so fucking hot lately. It's like middle of October. I guess the start of October, really, not the middle. And it's like fucking 80 degrees. I'm like dying. And I'm like, this is summer weather. I should be nice and cool. Like this global warming bullshit. I'm sick of it. I enjoyed the VODs for what it's worth. Well, I appreciate. I don't know what's with the latest VOD for Alice. It's got like 60 views. I don't know who's watching it, if they're watching like 10 minutes at a time and like coming back. Why it's like the 4th one particularly. That shit always like makes me laugh. It's like if you look at like some of my most viewed videos, like the most popular ones, it's like all the Metal Gear Rising ones, and it's like the Jetstream Sam one, the Blade Wolf one. I think the Blade Wolf one was the first one I had the avatar for that game. Oh, fuck you. The algorithm works in mysterious ways. It really does. Which is why I wanted to get on that shorts grind. There was a clip in like the FNAF 3 playthrough that I thought was funny because I don't know, I was up late at night and I couldn't sleep, and I was like, I need something boring to like have noise, right? And I can watch. And so I was like, fuck it, I guess I'll watch my own VOD. The peak of narcissism, but it wasn't actually because I thought I was great. It was actually because, again, I was like, I need to watch something that's gonna put me to sleep. And I figured, what better way than do something I already lived through, right? It's kind of weird experiencing the stream as a viewer, right? And not like the streamer, right? The second AI roguelite playthrough has a lot of funny moments. The AI roguelite playthroughs, both of them, are crazy. I still think about it. I don't even remember what happened in that stream. I just know I tried my hardest to make it Better Call Saul, and it just wouldn't go. I could probably sometime do like a part 3 of that. AI roguelite's weird because I can't actually get it to like make a coherent story, or like I can't follow the story it's trying to set me on. Like whenever I try to like complete objectives or quests, it doesn't work, and I'm always left confused by it. Maybe that's part of the joy. I could try to do a spooky AI roguelite, but I don't think it'd work. But yeah, I think it's weird because the first part of that, I think like the video that recommends it the most is like Vinny's stream, because I don't think many people have played the game, which is fair. I only know about it because I watched Vinny stream it, and so I was like, hey, let me just steal that idea, right? I don't even remember what he did in his own stream. I know the first stream I did, I tried to make it like SMT, and then the second one I was like, all right, let's do like Better Call Saul, right? So I think I don't know, if anyone has an idea of a plot I could try to force onto the AI to like have it tear apart, I think it'd be a good and fun stream. I could try to make it like, I don't know, what's like a meme, like a meme story. I can put like an extra funny thing in the thumbnail, right? Like Virgil, Dante, Raiden, Jetstream Sam, right? I could be like, you are the maestro of pizza in Brazil, and you're tasked with making a pizza with 3 olives. I saw one of those AI detective games, In-World Origins. If you're clever, you can make the AI say some outrageous shit. It's like, I don't know. It's like, you ever play like AI Dungeon? I say play. Out of order. That thing like always tries to like have sex with you. And it's free. Alright. Maybe I'll check it out. It might be a fun one-off stream at least. Remind me about it in November. If you can remember. I'm gonna try to avoid starting anything new that isn't spooky or spooky adjacent until November. I saw someone was saying we need to stop saying spooky because it's a slur or something, and I'm like, fuck off. I don't know. I get it. Nobody uses it that way anymore. At least nobody like under the age of like 80. Oh, motherfucker. It's like, no, everyone says spooky as a fun thing. It's like spooky is like scary, but not really, right? A little creepy, little twinge of the scares, right? Oh, speaking of, oh, fuck. Ringu, please don't vor me. Where am I going? Yeah, I'd like to see a specimen that we haven't seen yet. Ah, fuck! She can go through walls. Disappear and fly. She's much more unique than the other specimens. Actually, no, a lot of specimens can do what she does, so. I like how it just kind of happened like out of nowhere. Alright, chat. I know I said I was recording a song earlier. But how do you feel if I just put that on hold and did my own version of Pumpkin Hill? Alright, do you guys want to hear the awful spud rap of Tato? I think I could still rap better than Maury. Okay. Walking is not an option. She's going to kill me. Why isn't my health regenerating? Oh, she voided me. Hush now, my child. You're safe. Well. Dang. My soul wiggles in agony. I think I could rap better than... That is the worst I've ever done. I didn't even make it. I didn't even make it to floor 100. That's. I feel dorselessness. Alright, we'll grab the sword this time. Sword is good luck, maybe. I love the W key. Oh, it's so good. I want to press W for 70 more rooms and then die. I don't even know. Okay, actually, can you stop? Ringu with the axe or the sword? How much for you to rap Internet Brain Rot, aka the only good Maury song? I'll have to give it a listen and see. And see if it's worth it. I think I'll dip my toes into the rap game with Pumpkin Hill, and we'll see how that's received, and if people like Tater rap, I guess I could try Internet Brain Rot. Listen, I'm trying to record. I guess I might as well spill the beans about what I'm recording right now. I'm trying to record a Weezer cover. And I don't know. I can't get it to sound the way I want it to. Partially I hate the, like I said, I hate the sound of my own vocals. Oh my god. Not the fucking siren. I hate this one. Like that was ever in question. Well, it could have been 9 Inch Nails or Red Vox. I don't know if I could ever, like, actually... I don't think I have the confidence to try to even pull off a 9 Inch Nails song. I could maybe do, like, Piggy. I think it's like 4132. You know you've played this game too much. I could see you doing Closer. I feel kind of embarrassed to sing Closer sometimes. Problem is, Closer has really cool synth, and I don't know shit about synth. Alright, I can very mediocrely play guitar. Alright, and like mediocrely play a bass. Which is why I'm like, okay, I could play Piggy. It was one of the first songs I learned how to play on bass. Maybe like Sanctified as well. But Sanctified is like more slappy. But I think Pretty Hate Machine's a cool album, so Trent actually released the instrumental for it for free. Yeah, that was on like the remix site for a while. He had a lot of stuff. I actually have all of the stuff from, I guess, not stems. Is it the stem? Maybe the GarageBand and also Wave files. I guess not really stems then. For Year Zero, because the Year Zero remix album had all of that, so you could make your own remixes, which is kind of cool. And I tried to sample some of them for a different project involving Year Zero samples and high BPM Amen Break samples. And I don't know, it just didn't sound good, so I was like, this is stupid. But it was pretty funny. But yeah, problem with like using the official like instrumentals and stuff like that, I respect any band that releases stems. Death Grips did it too. Yeah, when you don't have to like steal the stems from like Rock Band, like that's like how a lot of people who do like mashups and stuff like get them. Like I think like Neo, CC Guerra, and maybe Triple Q use like stems from like Rock Band and Guitar Hero and stuff, which is kind of neat. But also it sounds like a bitch. But yeah, I guess what I was saying is with like official instrumentals is I feel like there's some character or like personality that you lose when you just use like the official instrumental. Then it just feels kind of like karaoke, right? Doesn't feel. Now there's ways to use AI to isolate the frequencies. That's kind of cool. If I get AI to write me tabs, that'd be neat. Or like give me like note or chord progressions so I could like either play it myself or like put it into like a MIDI sequencer. Like that I would appreciate. That'd be cool. I think the remix site, I think it was called like, was it? I think it was like nin.com/remix, something like that. I think it's gone now. I guess that kind of act has fallen out of favor. I'm sure you could probably find like downloads or archives of stuff somewhere online, probably archive.org. I found weird stuff looking for like archived instrumentals. Because of when I used to like do radio work, I would try to find like royalty free stuff, and sometimes I just kind of look around like archive.org and like try to see what instrumentals existed. And I found a weird like someone like they played the banjo but then just put like the vocals from, oh god, what song was it? It was one of the songs from With Teeth. Shit. Now that I'm trying to, I know exactly what song it is, and I can't think of the title because now I'm like, it's imperative that I say the title. The Hand That Feeds. Yeah, they took the vocals isolated from The Hand That Feeds, and then he just like did a, I mean, it was a bitchin' banjo, like instrumental. It wasn't even like a banjo cover. He was just like going ham on the banjo. It was really weird. I don't think it was a mashup of like another song. Like there was a really good mashup someone did There's 9 Inch Nails and Death Grips. They did Every Day Is Exactly the Same and Tachyon. There's some good shit. Fits surprisingly well together. Like, it was just the instrumental from Every Day Is Exactly the Same, and then the vocals from Tachyon. I like weird mashups. There's a triple Q mashup. I might have talked about this one in the past. It's the song Rally Go Round by Lisa and 2 Blink 182 songs, All the Small Things and Damn It. And it's weird because now I can't listen to Rally Go Round without like my brain dropping in Blink 182. I know it's like one of the OPs or something for Nisekoi. I've never watched Nisekoi, but the song's good. That's like probably one of my favorite Asian Kung Fu Generation songs is like a Naruto OP, and I don't even like Naruto. When the Quake OST came out on vinyl, the booklet was to include essays from Romero and McGee, but they weren't allowed to, so Trent went, "Please do not read and print those out yourself here." Yeah, no, I remember seeing that when I got my vinyl. I really like a lot of like the re-releases that Trent has put out on vinyl, because there's a lot of really good like essays and like cool stuff from people involved in the production. The Fragile is one of my favorite albums ever, and I'd say it's probably my favorite. Maybe not as much as it used to be because I don't know how to put it. I guess I'll just put it bluntly. I'm not as depressed as I used to be. So like the Fragile doesn't like hit me as much as it used to. Plus I've just listened to it a lot, but it's still like one of my favorite albums. What I really like about it more than anything is just how many times I can listen to it and find something new. Right? There's so many layers to that, like to the sound in that album. It's such like, it's so rich, and I always wanted to get it on vinyl, but like it was such a rare vinyl, so when they re-released it on the 180 gram press, I was like, well, you know, it's not the original release, right? But like I'll take it, right? It's like a high quality vinyl. And it's probably one of the favorite, or like one of the favorite pieces in my vinyl collection. I don't have a lot of vinyls, but I have a lot of, like, I think a lot of stuff that's really cool. I mean, of course I think everything that I own is cool because that's why I own it, right? Another one of my like favorite pieces I got from someone on eBay for like a really good price. It's like all of the vocal tracks from the Monogatari series in like a box set. Oh god, it's one of like the coolest pieces I have. The Quake vinyl is probably up there on my favorites. Most of my collection is like 9 Inch Nails. Same thing with my CD collection, I'm gonna be honest. I've got like every Redvox release that's on vinyl. I'm still waiting for Visions and Afterthoughts. I'm hoping those come out. Maybe they're out and I just haven't been paying attention. Oh, hi there. But like, I was so happy when because I think I was waiting for Another Light to get reissued for a while, and then that got reissued, and I was like so excited. I think I got that and like Realign at the same time. Because I think originally, like, when I first got my first 2 Red Vox vinyls were like What Could Go Wrong and Kerosene. Actually, no, maybe, I don't know. I think Kerosene was around the same time as What Could Go Wrong. It has a really cool like white vinyl with like a splatter effect on it. One of the tracks I have for Kerosene though, it kind of skips a little, and that makes me upset, but it doesn't do it all the time, which is weird. I don't think it's my player. Because it only happens with like that. I have another weird problem. I have the fight music vinyl for like the TF2 soundtrack, which is another really cool one. And that one, like, it gets kind of stuck in like the end groove. And so instead of like actually like the player doesn't know that like it's over, it just keeps like spinning in the center where there's no music, and I have to like pick it up. Like normally the arm would like automatically just lift up, but it doesn't because it never actually reaches the end. I don't know if that's just the way it was made, that they didn't like have an end to it and it just keeps looping. It's a weird one. It's not a problem because when the music's over, you kind of get up and like stop it from spinning anyway. Like it's just like an extra step. It's no big deal. You know, the format's gonna have imperfections, and I think that's part of like the charm of listening on such an analog format, right? Because if I didn't, if I wanted it to be flawless, I would just listen to an audio file, right? I would listen to it on FLAC, and there would be no problems, and it'd be easy. It's like, it's fine. If you're looking for less depressed but still atmospheric recommendations, once again suggest Boards of Canada. They're an incredibly rewarding band to get into. I need to write this down somewhere. But yeah, my I don't know. It's weird to say, like, I guess my tastes for a while were like pretty depressive. And I think I'm sort of moving away from that, which I think is a good thing. I'll say that. It's probably good that I don't want to listen to music that's so sad anymore, right? Speaking of vinyls, though, I want to get all of the Seasons vinyls. I just like it. I know it's gonna be expensive. I could like probably buy one at a time, but I know I'll save money on shipping if I just get all 4 at once. I think some of them are on pre-order still, but all 4 of the Seasons albums are really good. Like, they have their moments, but there's almost always a light at the end of the tunnel. But I don't want to talk your ear off about Weezer, but I'm just saying, like, I like Seasons because it's like 4 albums. They released like all in the same year, right? One for each season, and it tells a story that kind of progresses through each record, and each one has like a set like style and like theme and stuff, or themes. I think like spring is like a very like kind of upbeat one, and winter is very like a story of seasons, you might say, sort of. And you would say that, right? It's some sort of I guess it wouldn't really be a harvest moon, but you know. I see what you're doing. You could say it's a wonderful life. There we go. How about that? But yeah, Spring is a very upbeat album. Summer gets more into like energetic. It's a little bit like sort of on the hard rock side. Autumn, I think they said specifically it's stylistically similar to they listed which like what bands like are stylistically similar to each album. I think The Cure was listed as like one of the influences for Autumn, and that's a good one too. I think out of all of them, Summer and Autumn have like my favorite tracks, and then like there's some good ones from Winter and Spring as well. But if I had to rank them, it'd probably be like Summer, Autumn, Winter, Spring, because Spring has a lot of like acoustic tracks, which is fine. I don't hate acoustic, but I'm all about like electric guitar and stuff. Like so like, you know, you give me the that's why I think Summer's my favorite. Like Thank You and Good Night is like such a hard track. Like I mean that like it goes hard. It's not like a heavy or like a hard rock track, but it's a good one. And I even like the demo of it. It's called like Monday Night Football, which sort of makes some of the lyrics make more sense in the context of it being about football, but it's still a cool song. Cuomoville's a pretty fun song too. I think somebody on a YouTube comment for one of the songs was like, this song's great, this album's great, I love hearing Evil Cuomo. Or like Dark Cuomo, something like that. And I was like, I wouldn't say it's like evil, but like I guess I kind of see what you mean. I Can't Dance is a really good one off Autumn. It's got I realized, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was talking about how I was writing words that you could maybe call lyrics, and I made a flub when I was like singing them to myself. I mixed up place and face, and I accidentally said that I wanted to do something inside a face. What would Rivers Cuomo's Heartless's name be? Do you mean Heartless or Nobody? Where we have to like shuffle it around and add an X? But anyway, before we get into that conversation, yeah, so I realized I was accidentally plagiarizing a portion of I Can't Dance, so I threw all of that out. I didn't even mean to do it. I was like, oh yeah, this sounds good. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. This has got to be something. And then I was like listening to it, and it came on shuffle. You know, I was listening to my music, and I was like, ah, shit. That's why it sounded good. It was from someone else. It's like, fuck. So I get it mixed up. I'm a Kingdom Hearts nerd, so I'll be there to correct you. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna find Wormy Charles. That's his real name. I don't know. What would his... Let's go bother him on Twitter. Hey Rivers, what would your nobody's name be? Siverix. How about that? That's the best I can come up with. Oh shit. Oh god, he's glooping. Oh, he's... Apparently we can just chop his head. Doesn't really do much. Estoy glooping. True. How do you know? Sometimes I'll say like estoy looping. That's gotta be from something. I just don't remember what it is. But like, again, I feel like anytime I'm like, I've got something that I like, and I'm like, that's my thing, right? It's like, oh no, actually, I accidentally plagiarized that. I can acknowledge when I like consciously plagiarize something, right? That's called a reference. An homage, right? When you wear it on your sleeve, right, and it becomes acceptable. I think the original meme was "Estoy poopin'." Fuck you. Remember that one? Yeah. There's the cat. Estoy poopin'. Summertime Render. That's such a good show. Probably one of the better animes, maybe the best anime I've watched in a few years. I really do enjoy rendering my summertime, I'm gonna be real. It's oh man, I was sitting with like my legs crossed on my chair, and I was like kind of sitting on my foot, and now I like got back to like a normal seating position with like my feet on my ground on the floor. Not on my ground, but you know what I mean. And now my foot fell asleep, and I'm paying the price. I made my bed, now I must lie in it. It's awful. I'll now suffer for like the next 2 minutes. I'm trying to think of some of my other like favorite. I think one of the more difficult records for me to get, I say difficult, I had to pay a little bit extra. You know, a little over MSRP on eBay for it. But I had to like look out for it for a while to like get a decent price. Was oh, I don't think you're supposed to do that, lad. Was the Silent Hill 2 vinyl release. And then of course like a few months after I bought it, like it went back in stock on Fangamer. I'm still waiting. I want Silent Hill 4 to get a vinyl release. That OST slaps. It has some of the best vocal tracks in the series. Which, I mean, there's like 2 games to pick from. If you talk about the games that I like. Like, there's a vinyl release for Silent Hill 1, but... Listen, it's good for the game, but a lot of the music in the Silent Hill 1 soundtrack isn't stuff that I really like want to listen to, right? Like by itself. Like Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 all have really good songs that are nice to listen to by themselves, right? And I'm not saying that Silent Hill 1 doesn't have that. I just think that the vast majority are more like fitting for the atmosphere of in the game. Not Tomorrow from Silent Hill 1 is Gino though. No, it is a Kino song. Like again, don't get me wrong. I wasn't paying attention. Ding donk. Again, I think if I were to buy a record, I would want to listen to like the majority of the tracks, right? The main theme and the ending themes are definitely the highlights. Would be awesome if they include disc 2 of the Silent Hill 4 OST with that Japanese play. That'd be kind of cool. Dude, I just love the CD artwork for the Silent Hill 4 soundtrack, where it's like a traditional Japanese painting of like the boss fight against Walter. It's such a cool piece of art. It's funny, I think in the series, right, it's like the even number entries are my favorites when it comes to Silent Hill, right? Like Silent Hill 2 is probably my favorite game in the series, just narratively and thematically, and it just has like a lot of nostalgic value for me too, and like sort of like sentimental, I guess, in a way. So I have like a pretty big emotional attachment to it. Silent Hill 4, I played that recently, right? So like it's not one that like I was like around or playing like when I was a kid. Like my friend had the Xbox version, right? And I might have seen like a little bit of it, but it wasn't really a game that I was like interested in. I was like, when I saw Silent Hill 4 at my friend's house, like I was already traumatized by Silent Hill 2, so I wanted nothing to do with Silent Hill as a series for a while, and that was during that time. So Silent Hill 4, when I streamed it, was like, again, that was like one of the best games I've ever streamed. So I was like, it definitely, it earned its like number 2 spot on my list of like favorite Silent Hill games. And then after that, like, I think I used to say Silent Hill 3 was my preferred choice over 1 because 1 was so like outdated and clunky. Music wise, 3 is probably my favorite. I love the stories of 2 and 1 through 3 for different reasons. Yeah, no, same. I guess I am. But yeah, I used to say 3 was my preferred choice over 1, but I think after playing through 1 again, I played through 3, I think 3 times, right? And I played through 1 twice. And I think after playing through 1 a second time and then really like, oh, that's why, to get the key, and then really learning about the all the symbolism in the game, I'm kind of like teetering towards liking 1 a little bit more. Maybe I'd say they're tied. I don't know. It's hard for me to like pick one now. I think the story of them are like so connected. 3, I think I like the soundtrack a little bit more for 3 than 1. I think the story of 3 isn't as strong in some points. I think like thematically and like symbolism wise, I think 1 is stronger, but I think actual plot line wise, like 3 is better. I like the song "I Have 1 Gorillion Iframes with the Axe" from Silent Hill 4. Dude, that's such a good song. Really weird though how they don't play it when you pick up the axe. The reason for some of 3's shortcomings is they were originally developing a Silent Hill rail shooter, but they realized it was fucking stupid and threw it out. And then they made Silent Hill the arcade. Which was a Silent Hill rail shooter. I gotta find out how I can get that running. I know there's a way to play it on PC. Apparently it's pretty playable, though it's kind of weird and funky, but that might make for a neat stream if I could get it working. It's not gonna be like a I'm definitely gonna do this because I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off, but if I can get it to work, that'd be cool. Really had to ruin the momentum of endless mode by making you do the whole fucking mansion.
dead. I promise.
This dude's really trying his hardest to be scary and intimidating. It's kind of funny. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the other vinyls I have. I think I have another box set that I can't really think of right now. I forgot what key oh no, I got the book. I need to go to the library, right? Oh yeah, I have a box set. It's the SMT Nocturne OST. That was probably, I think, my most recent addition to the collection. Really fucking cool one. It has the artwork for it is so fucking good. It goes so hard, and like again, Nocturne is probably my favorite SMT game. So it's got, to me, the music, it's like Shoji Meguro's like last hurrah for like mainline. I know he did Strange Journey after 3, but I don't know. I think oh fuck, he's right here. I need to hide. Oh, okay. Let's just, I don't know. I think 3 is like his best work for mainline.
I promise.
Which is funny. I don't know. Maybe it's his first time he worked on mainline. I don't know, but it's so fucking good. Like, you could say, oh, like Strange Journey isn't bad, but Meguro's work on the Trauma Center games is pretty underrated compared. See, I'm not too familiar with Trauma Center, so I didn't even really know that he worked on Trauma Center. I know the composer for was it the composer for SMT4? I know Dowie did artwork for it, and he became the main character designer. Yeah, this game gives me Trauma Center, alright, Trauma Center. I feel like I should play Trauma Center in like my quest to like be an Atlas fanatic. Yeah, Ryota Kozuka worked on Trauma Team. Okay. I feel bad. I don't really... I can only keep track of Shoji Meguro when it comes to composers. I can at least remember who Dowie is. And of course you can never forget about Kazuma Kaneko. I've been meaning to get the PC releases for the Etrian Odyssey games, because I've never really played those. The only, like, they're not exactly Etrian Odyssey, but I've played, like, you know, the Persona Q games. Bro thinks he's scary. Look at him go. He thinks he's scary. He thinks he can get me. He's slow as fuck. He's just an old man. He looks like Saul Goodman.
You'll like being dead.
My SMT fave will always be Hito Aoki, though. Persona 1 and Majin Tensei. Man, I'm trying to think of, like... No, I guess I'm basic. It's just like, yeah, I like Shoji Meguro. I think he has like a lot of different styles, and he's worked on a lot of games that are really good. I think I feel like lately I like Ronde. Please play Ronde. Best game. I don't know. I feel like At some point, Meguro started to sound too Persona. And I think it was sometime when, I think it was sometime when Persona 4 came out. He, like, got locked into that style. Maybe... Because it'd be like, oh, well, like, what do you mean? Because 3, 4, and 5 have, like, different music styles, like... But, like, there's, like... I don't know, there's, like, a vibe or, like a mood that you get in each one, and, like, notes, right? That, like, get used or something like that, or progressions or whatever. That, like, it sounds like Persona, right? And, like, it started to bleed into, like, the other games, too, that he worked on, like, I know I've mentioned, like, the Rido games kind of have that, like, Persona feel to them, even though it's, like, again, the style is so different. But if you just, like, listen to, like, Lazy Detective Agency or Everyday Detective Agency, right? And, like, the trumpet, it sounds like Persona. I don't know how else to put it. Or even, like, the credits theme. So I think Soulless Army? I don't know. Persona son or Danganronpa daughter. It's a good thing I don't plan on having kids. What if your child likes Danganronpa, but Ultra Despair Girls is their favorite game? Okay, but if I have to, like, answer this question, right, this hypothetical, right, disowned and reported to the FBI for unlawful possession. If I had to answer this hypothetical, right, about what kind of child do I want, right, Persona son or Danganronpa daughter, what if you were forced to have one? Which would you choose? See, I think I'd be happy as long as they weren't playing Omori. No Omori, no Undertale, no Deltarune. Alright. But I'll fucking... I don't care how old you are, I'll abort you if you say that, that you like Ultra Despair Girls. Friends don't let friends play Omori. Alright, Falcon punching you right back into your... into the womb, and then I'm gonna Falcon punch you again. That's why I love Uematsu. He has a distinctive style, but you never confuse a Final Fantasy track with something like Lost Odyssey. Exactly. I was gonna say, like, because I think Uematsu worked on Blue Dragon, right? And that reminded me that apparently there's another new, like, RPG coming out with a Akira Toriyama doing the artwork and character design and stuff like that. They're saying it's a game from Akira Toriyama. I don't know. I swear to God, I was like, Akira Yamaoka. I was like, no, that's not right. that's a different Akira. New RPG from Akira Kuma. Omori Sun or Sans Fangirl Abortion. Sweetie, I don't mind if you like Danganronpa. But if I ever catch you saying that Ultra Despair Girls is good, you're packing your stuff. Spooky isn't safe from me. What do you mean, chat member? What do you mean? Why can't my children, my hypothetical children, like good games? Alright, they didn't get that from me, okay? Maybe they're adopted, right? That makes sense. It's based on his manga, so you can say it's from him. Oh, I didn't know it was based on a manga. The Steam page did not say anything about that. Or maybe I just didn't read enough. It looks visually pretty cool. So real for that one. Hiya! God Hand Son or God Hand Son? God Hand. Alright, what about Metal Wolf Chaos Son? What if your child told you, they walk up to you and they're like, parent, right? Right? Gender neutral parent, right? You can fill in the blank, right? Reader's name here. Dark Souls 2 is my favorite. Right? Falcon Punch. Falcon Punch. Falcon Kick. Artist daughter or musician son? Well, it depends on what they're making. Is it like Tumblr Cal Arts daughter and like mumble rap son, right? If my son was like one of those dudes who's like FL Studio, he bought a Massive, right? And he like works like a dead end job, like 15 hours a week, part-time. Where the hell am I? Oh, the hooked. It's gonna be the hooked doll. Cool. And he's like, yeah, bro, I make beats. And then all he does is like smoke weed all day. And he's like, bro, this shit's fire. I'm gonna pop off. All right, my beats are cash, bro. All right, I'm like, get the fuck out of my house, right? And your daughter makes Danganronpa fan art. Oh, no. At least it's not Cal Arts, actually. That's fine. Good thing entertainment companies don't accept fan art in portfolios. Let that be a lesson to you, Danganronpa daughter. Why don't you learn anatomy and not making characters that can only have their arms awkwardly by their sides like a cardboard cutout? Anyway, here's my cardboard cutout stand of Sayaka Maizano, my waifu. Locked. I wasn't even looking at her. That's a lie. If I was gonna have a cardboard cutout of any Danganronpa character, it would definitely not be Sayaka. Bro, check out my mixtape, bro. Son, you're 37. Get out of our house! Daughter that has a squeaky voice and pesters you with wanting to be a voice actor, or incel son? I don't want an incel child. We can't have that running in the family. I want to be a voice actress. We need to change the timeline. If Grease was never written, then that man would have never made all those Sayaka cutouts. Oh yeah, I forgot to self-snitch. Yeah, if I ever were to have a cardboard standing cutout of a Danganronpa character, it would have to be either Chiaki or Chihiro. It would definitely never be Sayaka. I only like characters whose names start with Chi. I'll tell you, I'm trying to think, actually. I'm like, who's like the absolute worst character, right? Because like, Sayaka's like a fucking snake, right? But is she like... Is she the worst? Let's go back into darker times. Nun daughter or medieval soldier son? What if he was a thief mercenary bandit named Kahara and he had to go into the dungeon of fear and hunger? When I hear Sayaka, I think of the tall chick from Aizoken? That's probably better to think of than Danganronpa. To circle back, right? Daughter that has a squeaky voice and pesters you with wanting to be a voice actress, right? Wouldn't that just be like... She could just be a VTuber, right? Isn't that what they all do, right? She could have a squeaky voice, have like a little like lolly character, right, and go like ooh ooh chat whoa, right, and then like she'd get more viewers and money than I ever could. Stop by poop from there. That's a Nyanners reference, by the way. Don't ever let her make you forget that she did that. The Dungeons of Bum and Plunder. Rear and Humper. Oh, Dars. Real. VTuber daughter. Let the money roll in. IRL streamer son or VTuber daughter. Definitely the VTuber daughter. At least she'll make money. The IRL streamer son is just gonna be like an Andy on like Ice Poseidon stream, and he's gonna like hang out with like only Use Me Blade. Like that's disgusting, right? I don't want my child to be anywhere near his leaking diabetes legs. That's not like a knock against like people with diabetes in general. It's just specifically only Use Me Blade is like disgusting because he has diabetes. He's an alcoholic, and like he gets like holes in his leg that like bleed and leak, and it's absolutely fucking revolting. And it's preventable if he just got his life together, but instead he chases Ice Poseidon views. So fuck him. Also, I'm pretty sure he tried to like, you know, have sex with a drunk woman. So, you know, and like an RV trip stream. So me instantly becoming a cave demon upon seeing Dars in the caves of Rear and Humper. Alright, internet blood sports streamer son. Are you chasing any particular achievements right now? I'm trying to get to room 1000 of endless mode so that I can unlock the tunnel that lets you like skip ahead. I made it to like room 600 and something, and I got soft locked because I had the gun and Spooper showed up and I couldn't shoot him. It was really annoying. And also the gun wouldn't go away. I think it's because I saved and quit while I held it. So, yeah, funny things can happen with, what's that, wow, I can't think of it. Crowd control. That's the... I didn't turn crowd control on. You know, I set it up on Twitch, and then I never turned it on here. Chat isn't looking out for me. They're not sending their best. There we go. IRL streamers deserve a whole actual fucking poll from all the atrocities they've done. It was so trippy when Ghost of all people started talking about only Use Me Blade, worlds colliding. Some chatters, I assume, are good people. You will die, Tato. No anniversary stream for you. That it's like, I think next stream, like next week's streams, it's gonna be the anniversary stream. So I couldn't get the day off that I wanted. So either I do the anniversary stream a day early or I call out on a day that I requested, and it makes me look really bad. I don't know if I should let chat make this life decision for me. When chat sends their people... What the fuck? Who did this? You actually fucking killed me. You cucked me. When are your weekends? Now they're Monday and Tuesday. It literally changed like today. So I would have to call out like on a Wednesday if I wanted to do the anniversary stream the way I wanted to. Or I could just do it on a Monday. Call me the 3 guys that fucked Sneeko's GF the way I just cucked him. Alright, we'll do like one more run. We'll play for like half an hour and see where we get. Unless I get the gun, then I'll just have to waste all my ammo. I cannot believe you did that. It didn't even tell me you did it. Usually crowd control will pop up saying someone did something. I am being bombarded with ads. The ad break, it used to be longer. It's like, so I was really annoyed because I liked having the ad break like every hour, right? But then it was like a 3-minute ad break, and that's annoying. And then like it started doing them like every 30 minutes for like a minute, and I'm like, well, that's like shitty, right? So I think now it's like every 45 or so minutes, and it's like a 2-minute, which I think isn't so bad. Maybe, I don't know, because it was like maybe a minute and a half wouldn't be bad, right? But then like I didn't want it to happen like so often, right? It sucks. It's like if I want a specific, and you die during the ad break, yeah. If I want a specific like split, like the higher split of the ad revenue, I have to have 3 minutes of ad time every hour. So that's kind of like, I don't know, it sucks. I wish I could just like be like, I want the higher split, right? But I don't want to have ads all the time, right? It's like yeah, I could. It's like dumb. It's like you're making me choose between like making more or like I feel like annoying my chat, right? With ads. Anyway, take this base specimen. Oh boy. Did you just... I don't know how the ad shit works. My other streamer has it set to only play at the beginning of the streams and BRBs. You can manually play them. Maybe partners get more. Oh fuck! It's Dear Lord. It's not giving me the shoutouts. I don't know. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I don't know. Maybe partners have more flexibility. I could like turn ads off and then only play them like, yeah, when I manually set them. But then I'd like make no money. That's kind of the fact. If I like, I think bigger streamers can get away with less ads because they have people who donate. And I'm not like trying to say, oh, you guys need to give me money, right? I'm just saying that's just like it's just the facts of it, right? You know, I can shake my cup. I love Dear Lord. Dear Lord is probably one of my favorite specimens. $5 for free content. Who was the one guy? He got like Well, I guess there are a lot of people who got mad about it. Yeah, it was like there was one girl, she streams, and she was like, you have to sub, right? It's $5. I'm like, you don't have to. I would appreciate it if you subbed. I especially like a Twitch Prime or like a Amazon Prime sub, right? It's like, that's free, right? You could totally do that, guys. Wink, wink. But no, you don't have to. I'm not ever gonna say anyone has to give me money. You can't pay $5 a month. $5 a month. I mean, you know, I get the majority of that if you do that. Why isn't the chase music playing? Yeah, right. I was wondering that. Sometimes it just doesn't in endless mode. There's always also Ko-Fi or bits, right? You know, there's. I know. For anyone who's worried about it, I know Ko-Fi is completely, as far as I know, it's completely anonymous. I've had like 2 people donate and they use their username, so I think we're good. But yeah. Let me e-beg, please. I'm falling on rough times. Unironically though, because weirdness going on with job and the potential of being furloughed exists. So, fuck. There we go. Oh, it's just gonna give me Specimen 8 again. I love that clip compared that chick to Corone begging people to stop sending super chats and be responsible. God. I love Corona. I wish I knew Japanese so I could actually watch her streams. If you ate 65 slices of American cheese, would you go blind? I don't think I could eat that much American cheese. Even if like I wanted to. Oh, this is such a good room for Specimen 8. I thought I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't know. I think streamers who make, if you're able to make your living off streaming, right? You have to fucking like you have to be careful, right? You can't just bite the hand that feeds you like that. Like, oh, you don't give me enough money? You should be thankful that anyone's giving you any money at all, right? Because most people wouldn't do that, right? And like, I don't know, especially when you're like, I hate to say it, like you're like an e-girl streamer, right? I don't know, this is gonna sound like really sexist, but I don't know. You can, if you have a problem with that, just take a good hard look at my avatar. All right. Yeah, they'll be like they make money because people just simp, right? Like some lonely dude watches it, right? And he's like, pay attention, woman, pay attention to me, here's money. And she says his name and she'll bend down and write his name, his username, right, on a whiteboard while she's wearing like her yoga shorts, right? And you know, barely covering her booty cheeks. And it's like, I don't know, like you can make money like that and you don't even have to do porn. People used to have to like expose themselves online to make money like that. Now porn stars are going to Twitch because they can make more money. All right, this is just, I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone, right? You know, that some people are just, when you're an attractive person, it is very easy for you to make money. Because people like attractive people. That's just... delete this fucking VOD before I get banned, right? How dare you? This is scandalous. This is, you're saying the wrong things. The chase is Jover. Time to skibbity toilet Riz out of here. Porn is at least an honest profession with a tangible product being delivered. It has a product. It has... You have to put in the work for it. I don't know. My moral compunctions are like... I don't know if I'd call it honest, right? But like... It is work, right? Sex work is work. I just don't know if... I don't... It's not something I would want for myself or anyone I love, right? Like, I wouldn't be okay with, like, if my family member or friend or significant other was like, oh yeah, I take pictures of, you know, of my naked body and, or like videos of myself, you know, doing things to myself, and I make money off of them online. I'd be like, I don't know if I like that, you know. Like, I don't know, like, I think I don't like people objectifying themselves, right? I don't like, I wouldn't want to be objectified, right? People talk a lot about how they don't like being objectified, and so I think when you sell your body as a commodity, it just feels wrong to me, I guess. And also, I don't know, I think just because somebody's gotta do it doesn't mean you should. Yeah, I mean, if people don't have that like compunction in their head, right, like that's fine, like they can do it, right? Capitalize on that market, right? I'm just saying, like, when it's a stranger, I guess I can be like, yeah, like, that's your choice, right? But I was like, if it was somebody I knew personally, I'd be like, oh, like, I'd be a little disappointed, I think. I don't know. Is that like a bad, is that like hypocritical? Or like, is that like cognitive dissonance? I don't know. Like, I can't really, I wouldn't try to like stop them or like put them down or anything like that. Like, I wouldn't like hate them for it. I just would kind of be like, I don't know, I could like, I think you can do better. I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess if the money's good, the money's good, but I don't know. Like I said, there's like this whole thing of making yourself and your body like a commodity. That's like, it kind of skeeves me out a little bit. I don't know. Like, there's nothing actually wrong with it. I just like, it's hard to put into words. I don't want to like sound like I think less of someone for doing it. It's just like, I don't know. I feel kind of bad that like so many people have to like sexualize themselves and like I feel like they almost get put on to it in a way, because like, especially like people who are already famous and then like they make it like an OnlyFans, right? And I feel like they almost get put onto it because like they know that people think they're attractive, right? And then like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Remember that one streamer who was also a Twitch mod who happened to have a thing for wanting to be a deer? I do remember that person. I like the little thing where they say that's just a fact of how I feel. I think that's a great... My chair like lowered itself. There we go. Alright, like adjust how I'm sitting. You'll have the right to act however they want, but you reserve the right to judge them however you want. I feel like judge is like a... think it's kind of like a harsh word. I don't know if I'd say I'm judging. I don't know, maybe that's like my Catholic upbringing telling me that only God can judge, even though I don't really necessarily believe in God. Which, don't tell my mom I said that, because I think her heart would break. It's fine. I told, like, I didn't like necessarily tell my mom I was agnostic, but like she's like, I don't understand why you're atheist, right? I'm like, I'm not atheist. I'm just. That's when I was like, I'm agnostic. Like, but like she got the idea that I was like an atheist. I was like, well, like, even though I was an atheist, right? It's like, it's not like church was ever like a big, like a big part of my life. Every time someone says only God can judge me, I imagine him being just as disappointed as I am. Personal judgment and how you treat someone or act towards someone are different things. Fair. That actually reminds me, I don't know, you ever like, you can respect and tolerate other people's opinions and actions, but you don't have to endorse them. Yeah. That's like, there's some issues. I don't want to get into super controversial topics. I could, but that sounds like a bad idea for everyone. Oh boy. So let's I'll not do that for the sake of everyone's sanity. And I want to talk about instead somebody that I know in real life, right? I'm not gonna really describe them, but I interact with them enough that I'm like, ah, fuck, not this shit again. Then I'm like, ugh, this guy, right? And like, he acts like I hate it's like so many, because like he acts like I'm his buddy, right? And I don't really like him, and I feel like he's got that like super energetic and positive attitude like all the time, and like it's draining for me. A certified this guy moment, and I'm like, oh, this guy is so much energy. I do not like this guy. I don't know, like it just like, and you know, like people who like, even when like it's not like a super like personal like way, but like when they just like touch you and you're like, please don't touch me, like I don't want to be touched, like I don't know you that way, like even just like a tap on the shoulder, I'm like, please, like, no, don't touch me, right? I'm good, please. Or like a fist bump. He's like, fist bump. I'm like, I don't want to touch you. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. And it's like, he's like a nice person. He's friendly, but I feel like he's too nice, and it like bothers me, and I don't like it. It's such like a weird feeling. I don't know why. That's just the way I am. I'm like, no, you've got to have like, you got to have like a little bit of hate in you. Like, there's something wrong. Like, like, where is it? Personal space is a culturally bound phenomenon. It's not really a thing in a lot of places. I don't know. I don't like, I'm not like against like touch, right? It's funny because I'll be like, don't touch me, right? I'm like, oh, I'm so touch starved, right? Like, but like, it's like, you know, you don't want some people touching you, right? And like you want others, right? Like you're okay with others, right? But you're not okay with some. And it's like, you don't really like, you don't choose that, right? You just kind of end up like knowing. And I don't know. I'm just like it doesn't help too. It's like, I don't know. I have like a lot of weird, like, when it comes to like interpersonal reactions, like I get like a lot of like anxiety and like I don't necessarily like when I joke about like earlier when I was playing like Squirrel Stapler, I said like someone was like, oh yeah, it's like my autism, right? Like it's not like, it's like a half joke, right? It's like I got like that kind of like deal, right? Where I'm like, like I don't know, like sometimes like touch is just like too much for me and I don't like it. And so I'm like, I got that going on, right? And it's like, I don't even really like eye contact so much. As Sonic says, if someone tries to touch you in a place or a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good. Sonic was so real for that one. But yeah, that's like, even like eye contact for me is like, it feels like too intimate. Like you see too much of a person when you look in their eyes, and it's like, I don't want to see that. Please don't look me in the face. I don't want to look at your face. Like let's just agree that like we're not that close, right? Like that's a little too intimate for like a day-to-day like interpersonal interaction, right? And like, you know, some people are like, no, look me in the eyes. I'm like, no, please don't make me do that. Like, oh. And they're like, why aren't you looking at me? And I'm like, because I'm uncomfortable with people. It's like, the eyes are the windows to the soul, as they say. That is what they say. And let me tell you, sometimes I've made eye contact with people on accident before, right? And you're like, yeah, you see nothing there. It's like scary when it happens. You're like, I don't know how else to put it. I'll put it in the nicest way possible, right? I was walking around downtown Portland, and it was like one of the first few times I went down there. And I was like walking by someone who I thought they were like on the phone on like their like Bluetooth or like AirPods or something, but they were just talking to themselves. And I realized that too late when I made eye contact with them when I was like close, and I saw their eyes and I saw nothing, and their eyes were too wide, right? And it was uncanny. It was like eerie. I didn't like it. I was like, I need to get out of here. I'm going to go get some donuts. like it's like, oh no thank you. I was like, and I was so, oh fuck, I was so happy I was like in a group, because like I couldn't be, oh fuck me, oh shit, I couldn't be singled out as easily, right? I had power in numbers. I went the wrong way, oops. All right, so the next the next elevator we'll save and quit, and we'll move on to, I forgot, oh yeah, we'll do Alice. I was like, what did I say we were gonna do? Did I ever say officially that we're doing Alice? I don't know. But we'll go to Alice once we get to floor 200. Because it's been about an hour and a half. I think we're good. I need to like remember to drink some water. I'm trying to like get my water bottle like open, but like I've got to keep both hands on my controller. Nobody has reminded me to hydrate, right? There's the one chat member who always he uses his points like every time he's able to like send the hydrate one, and like he keeps me. Oh thanks for Spooper. That was a real cool one. There we go. Thanks for telling me to hydrate. You don't have to do it when I was acknowledging that I need to drink. Oh yeah, that was me. Can you not pause the game or bring up the menu? Oh yeah, I could do that. You're right. Sorry, I was immersed. Oh, you want me to swap skins? Sure, I can swap skins. Too bad, I guess you'll have to swap skins now. Alright, cool. We can go to... Should I stay in as a doll, or should I go back to being human? That's the question you'll have to answer while I drink some water. I gotta drink a lot of water. Saving up for the 1,000,000 points. Alright, you're gonna see if you answer soon. Let me cough! Alright, I'm good. Don't worry. I'm just dying a little bit. Waterboarding myself as we speak. Alright. I'll give you 20 more seconds, chat member. You get to choose if I'm a human or a doll, and then I'll just pick one. I'll say if you save up to 1,000,000 points, that's just mad respect right there, honestly. Alright, chat member didn't pick, so. I become a human again! One day I'll give you like 5 minutes after the gameplay starts and then redeem the 1,000 points. Taxes. The taxes one is so funny. Otato Sona armpits. You know, I had someone message me on Discord about the clown skin. And they said Clussy. And my immediate response was, you know, I was really appreciating that no one said it yet. And, you know, no one was thirsting after my armpits. And now you just did, and I didn't know I was appreciating that no one was doing that until just now. So, I don't know if I should thank you or not. Thanks for... Wouldn't that be club bussy? Well, I mean, like... that was like my thought, right? Is like, is Clussy, whether it's with a P or a B? Wow, okay, that's some cool RNG. Because you're just worried about like the ussy suffix, right? I don't know. I'm not well versed enough in ussyology, right? Did I ever talk about the fact that there is an ussy suffix Wikipedia page? And there's literally a fucking picture of a calzone. And it's like a calzone could be called a pizzussy. And I'm like, who would ever say that a calzone is a pizzussy? Oh, thank God Spoopers are gone. Man, I'd say though, that brings me back to when I was playing Wind Waker. That article is a fucking cognito hazard. Oh, fuck, it's Spooper again! No! God, I think Spooper has appeared in every thumbnail for the Spookies VODs, you know, the endless mode. He's just that fucking powerful, this piece of shit fucking parasite. Spooper cool, man. I like how that's your first chat message, chat member. Well, thanks for participating in the stream. I hope you're enjoying your time here. I don't know how new you are, if you've watched before. If this is your first time watching, I'm so sorry. Hydrate. All right, sure, I'll hydrate. Yeah, go for a second swig. I spawned Spooper the first time. Yeah, I did see your name show up for Spooper the first time. I didn't know if you were like someone who lurked in the stream or if you're like a new time like watcher. That's why I was thanking you for participating, because you did spawn Spooper that one time. But I'm also glad to see you participate in chat and talk. And it's always nice to see fresh faces. It's also nice to see returning faces. I don't get those as often, but I always appreciate when someone takes the time to watch my stream. There's many streams on this site, and you come to little old me? Flattered. Oh, vomit now! I love this room. It's such a good room. I said run. I said run because I mixed up room and one together. Oh, good. More vomiting. Actually, I've never noticed if there's like a pattern behind the vomit. I was wondering, like, if you let your stamina get too low, does it make you vomit? Like, does anyone know any runners? Like, my brother used to run, and like, he would talk about how like people, they can run and like push themselves, you know, to run further and faster or whatever, and like they go so hard that like they just vomit. Anyway, that's gonna be where we'll leave off on Spookies for now. I'll do a quick BRB, and we'll come back with Alice Madness Returns. We'll play that for a little bit. It is getting a little late, but it's okay. So anyway, stick around, enjoy the music, get yourself some snacks, and we'll be right back.